Hey, Calvin, how you doing today?
Doing good, my brother. Doing real good.
Good. Well, tonight is Operation Find for Effect. Here it is, May 16th already, and we've had a sequence of a series of YouTubes that we're producing, and hopefully that we'll put them in the order that we started. Calvin will be first, and then you'll see a sequence of other YouTubes or Zoom videos, whatever you want to call them. And the reason for this is because veterans have to tell their story. There's too many things happening right now in the nation, throughout the nation, on veterans and those that now that are serving, that a lot of you individuals out there don't realize that there's problems within the VA, problems within the military structure, and certain things is happening that our men and women aren't getting the needed documents that they need when they get out. And when they do get out, some of them are classified. I understand now that recently that a lot of the Vietnam veterans special operations records are declassified. I don't know how true is that. I just heard that earlier this week. I'll be checking into that, and we'll be reporting on that. And hopefully, we have that so our veterans can get their benefits met. Now, Calvin Murphy is a veteran of Vietnam. He spent a good time there. He really didn't go to Vietnam to fight. He thought that the food was the best food that he can get, and cheaper too. So he decided to spend a little time in Vietnam just eating. That's all he did. Only kidding, folks. He's a Vietnam combat veteran, very proud, honorable, and a man of his nature that tells it the way it is tonight. On behalf of him and all the veterans around the nation, he's speaking. Take it away there, Calvin Murphy.
Thank you very much, Gene. Always a pleasure to get with you. Yeah, I did go over for the food. A lot of these younger ones, they don't know what those C-rats were. They get the MREs. I always remember the first C-rat that I got to eat in Vietnam had a date stamped on it.
Yeah.
8-46.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ate it anyway, and the 33 beer. But anyway, Gene, it's always a pleasure to be on with Operation Firing for Effect and the work that you've done. We've been in this fight now since 2005.
2005, right on through.
Yeah, we're getting older. But anyway, my name's Calvin Murphy. I was a crewman, C Battery, 1st Battalion, 44th Artillery. We were quad 50 machine guns and twin 40 Dusters. We were the first over in Vietnam in '66. And we had the distinction and the honor of being attached to the 3rd Marine Division, even though we were the 1st Cavalry Army. But when the chips were down, we came together. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here to say how my story is just one of thousands. And what life has been like since we came home. As a Vietnam vet, I think they've thrown everything at us. They treated us like hell when we came home. We kept our heads high. Then we had to battle the VA to get claims and that. Again, we kept our heads high. And as we've gotten older, we still got our heads high. And we're kind of taking the torch, and we're fighting for the younger generation now. We don't want them to go through what we did. We learned from it. And what happened to us, we can't change it. It's the past, but we're learning and we're making sure it don't happen again. And I'm not on here for a pity party, want people to feel sorry for me or anything. Just want to get the facts out there. The people have to know. Medical treatment, I can't really complain what I've had over the years of VA. They helped me through alcoholism, drug addiction. Something I'm not proud of. I attempted to take my life back in 2006. And by the grace of God and a lot of counseling, I got through it. And it lit a fire in me. I always thought if something wasn't worth living for, it wasn't worth dying for. And I feel like I took a bullet to my soul with what happened in Vietnam and when I came home. Life has just been tough. And a lot of it was my fault. And after that suicide attempt, it lit a fire. And it showed me that fighting for veterans is worth it. And I will fight for them till the day I die. And we answered the call. The government called. I actually talked to a recruiter when I was 17. He talked me into staying in high school and not quitting, and wait till I was 18 and volunteered draft. And the 2 years in the military were probably some of the most horrific times in my life, but on the other hand, they were the best times. I grew up there. That's where I became a man. And I learned teamwork, leadership. That's something you don't find in the streets, and you still don't find it today. But I learned that in the military, and it still sticks with me today. And that training sticks with me while I'm in the fight standing with Gene. You know, it's that teamwork. Go together. But yeah, over the years, in and out of jail when I was a youngster, I was just turned 20 when I got discharged. I wasn't even old enough to buy a can of beer when I came home, and life was rough. That was the 60s. I come home October 67, turn the television on, especially up where I was at in Vietnam, DMZ, watching all that footage at Khe Sanh. And that was about 6 miles to our west down Highway 9. And a lot of death. Still feel that pain today. And there was nobody there for me. Nobody except other vets that had been over. We just felt alone. Nobody cared. And some of the things they said about us, and so it was just BS. But anyway, life got rough. I crawled in a bottle. I tell some of these young vets when I talk on addictions, I said my drink of choice was Jack Daniels and Coke. And they always say, yeah, that's some good stuff. I said, yeah, you're talking that girly shit. I'm talking a shot of Jack Daniels with a line of cocaine. And by the grace of God, I can't understand today why I'm still alive. And anger, so bad. I was such a violent person. And I'm a small guy, 5'6", 5'7". I don't care if you were 6'4", you want to fight, I'm going to take you on. 9 times out of 10, I ended up on the floor. I just didn't care. And I think even today, even though I'm not going to do nothing, I wish I'd have died over there. I look at the names on the wall in Washington. My squad is on there. 18E, line 88. They didn't have to live to see what we had to go through all these years. And in some ways, I consider them lucky. That's an easy thing to say. It might be an easy way out, but that's how I look at it. They died and they thought they were dying honorably for their country. They gave their lives so we could go on. And us that came home, we've been to hell. And for a lot of us, still there. But anyway, move forward. I quit drinking in 1993, and I'm still sober today. and with the help of the VA and blah, blah, blah. And it's been October 1st, I believe it'll be 29 years. I haven't had a joint. I haven't snorted nothing, and I have not had a drink of alcohol. And to me, I put that at top of the list outside of finding the Lord as one of my top accomplishments. And
That's
but
good.
it's been a fight. It's been a tough fight. And then been married 3 times. The last one, that's how I got involved with Operation Firing for Effect in 2005. We were married 24 years, blindsided. I thought I had it right. Come home one night to an empty house. She packed up and left. And it knocked me for a loop. For some reason, I couldn't find a clip to my one pistol. I was done. My family was gone. I hadn't had nothing, and wasn't no sense sticking around. But anyway, I gassed myself in my garage, and I woke up, and I was in Battle Creek, Michigan, VA. I was confused. A television was going on. I was in a psych ward. I didn't know where I was or nothing. And I kept hearing on the television that New Orleans was gone. And I finally asked the nurse. She said, "You're at the Battle Creek VA. You're in the psych ward." And I had did 30-day sessions for PTSD at that hospital in the past. But she told me that weekend I did that. That's when Katrina hit. And I was there almost 3 months. And that's somewhere I never want to go again. That I don't even want to talk about it. It was sad in the psych ward. And then I came home, still to an empty house. Went to the bank. I had a nice little nest egg put away. And I remember the thing, $217.64 I had to my name. A bank account, savings account was gone. I don't know. Then I got served papers. And that's when the fight started. And the question came up at the first hearing about disabled veterans benefits. And Michigan says they don't have to go by the federal law, Title 38, Section 5301. Michigan had never been challenged. And that suicide attempt pissed me off. During my stay in Battle Creek, I figured if I check out, take my life, they win. If I fight, at least I'm going to give them something to think about. So Michigan hadn't been challenged and that I knew of. So I challenged them. And next thing I knew, jail door was closing behind me. And they gave me 90 days for contempt of court. In a roundabout way, I told the judge where he could put the key, and I almost got another 90 days for contempt. And I figured I'd better shut up while I was ahead. And so moved on. I got out of jail. A friend of mine was with Point Man Ministries. It was a veterans organization ministry. He said, I want you to get a hold of a guy. I think you and him got something in common. And the guy's name was Jerry Berry. And I called Jerry immediately. Jerry hooked me up with Gene. And as they say, the rest is history. And we've been to Washington several times. And I lost. They started out, they asked for $2,000 a month for the rest of my life, total with everything. benefits, and the lawyer kept coming up that my ex had about the money I made. I get a pension. I worked for the Department of Interior for over 20 years. And yeah, I get a small pension with Social Security and my VA. But I earned it. Nobody else. And they put PTSD on trial. Took over 3 years to get my divorce final. And they said she suffered from PTSD because she had to live with me. And some of the things that attorney that my wife retained said, it was hard for me to imagine an American citizen could say that. One of the early hearings, there was about 50 veterans in the courtroom. And she made a remark because I wore dog tags. And I've never worn them since that day. But I had them on. She could see them through my t-shirt. And she told the judge I was doing nothing but trying to romance my service by wearing dog tags. And the vets in the courtroom, they went nuts. We had one World War II submariner. Dick, he was in there and wearing a hat that said World War II veteran. There were probably 3, 4 Korean War veterans, and the bulk were Vietnam. And the judge had to get control of the courtroom. He threatened to empty it, and he told the lawyer that was uncalled for. And she said she didn't understand because we wore hats saying where we served at. And to me, she had no idea the pride that we carry for what we did for this country. And at one time, the judge made a remark, I don't understand what you're trying to prove here. I said, it's right behind your right shoulder. And be damned if he didn't have to turn around to see what was behind his right shoulder. It's the American flag. We were willing to give our life for that flag. And I guess the veterans, we look at it different. It's just not a piece of material with stars and stripes. That flag is us. That represents us. We are who we are because of that flag. And to us that protect that flag and are willing to give our life, we're going to do what we have to. And a lot of civilians don't get that. They don't know where our mindset is. But anyway, the fight went on. My divorce was finally over after 3 years. It was over in November of 08. And then other things have come up that I've been involved with Gene and going on with veterans. And but just trying to keep the 5301 issue up. In this whole fight, I've lost my family. I live out in the country there. My daughter and I'll just say the guy she's married to and her 2 daughters live across the field from me. They haven't spoke to me in almost 5 years. I was nothing but a source of money to them. I'm a father. When I left my job and I was actually put on disability for psychological reasons, they just said I had anger issues and that. And
box in front of the screen.
I've lost that when this divorce came up. And so that's one thing. And they've taken a lot of money. Some I give to them. Some they outright lied to me. And then the work I've done with other veterans groups, Rolling Thunder, VFW, and that. I got a few people up here would like to see something happen to me. And it's just a lot of bad mouthing, but I have to go back to my faith. You know, I can't hate them. I don't want to go back to what I used to be 30 years ago. I don't like that guy. I was proud of him as a soldier. I know I have anger issues, but I don't know how to say this without getting in trouble. I forgive them. I always think of in the scriptures, Christ, when he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And that's the way I've taken it up, and trying to suck it up instead of fighting or wanting to hurt somebody. I'm just walking away. And this trying to be a decent guy after I have the stigma of PTSD and of being a Vietnam veteran, it's a tough, tough job. And I have some relatives in different areas of Michigan. Some, all they remember me is as a drunk, somebody fighting all the time, and I've changed my ways. I'm trying. My health is going south, and I'm trying to, excuse me, get some things out that on video that I've been wanting to do for years, and it's just so much centered around me getting a disability, people wanting your money. And over the years, I've heard this so much from other disabled veterans. You're just a cash cow. But we're the one that acquired the disability. If there is any way I could give this back and just have a normal life, I would, but I'm stuck with it. Just totally stuck with it. And what time I got left, I just want to help vets and stand up. And I'm hoping by doing this with Gene, more of these stories, how disabled veterans are going to come out. And so many of the culprits, I got to start with the judges and the lawyers in this country. We're nothing but a source of money.
Calvin, can I stop you for a moment, please?
Yes, sir. Sound off.
Where is the, you have a picture with some numbers on there. A striped uniform you wore while you was in jail, right?
Yes, that's my mug shot. Yeah.
Do you have that available?
No, it's in my computer. I don't have it right handy.
Okay, so this is what I'm
Wait
going
a
to do.
minute, Gene. I do.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Oh, there we go. This is a veteran that's been taken advantage of so many different ways, and for all the good that he does, it sometimes goes in and out of the VA's ear and representative's ear from one end to the other. We've been in Washington several times, and Calvin's been a forefronted pathfinder for all of us, because I respect him a whole lot for what he's done. And even though the issues of alcohol and drugs has been in his life, that doesn't take away what his heart feels. Okay, it's a really, really strong individual. Calvin, if you can just back up just a little bit to when you met Jerry Berry and what the reason was at that point, and then continue to what you're doing.
Okay, actually, Jerry was living in Ohio in hiding with one of his former shipmates that he served with in Vietnam. And Jerry was horribly, horribly wounded in Vietnam. Jerry's been to my house. I remember one night after he'd taken a shower, he came out in the living room. He didn't have a t-shirt on, and it brought tears to my eyes. I just said, Jerry, I've never seen a human body mutilated by what your midsection looks like. He says, Calvin, I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to be here. And Jerry introduced me to you, and Jerry came up here to a couple of my hearings, and we were on the road. We got a plan for the mission, and we proceeded, and still going. We've made a few gains. I was thinking tonight before I came on, I don't want to get into politics, But since I've been in this fight, we've been with 2 Democratic administrations, and we've been with 2 Republican and not a damn thing has been done. Not one damn thing.
Yes.
Everybody, well, so-and-so gets in, they'll do this. That's BS. Since 2005 to the present on this issue, to try get somebody to do something. And we've met a lot of politicians over the years, a lot.
Yes, we have.
We get to talk, but we get no action.
I can remember the meeting that we had in Washington, D.C. We had, I think we had either Principi or Nichols there. We had state representatives. We had senators who was there, and still an empty ear
Right,
they had for us.
right. And I've said before, you could go talk to one of those suits and go to his office 2 weeks later. Hi, who are you? They won't even remember who the hell you are.
Nope.
Or why you were there. And yeah, it's sad. Well, and again, maybe I'm saying something that's controversial. The only time this country gets patriotic and behind the active duty and the veterans is when we get ready to go to war. But when there's peace, they just forget us. There's nothing. I'll give them a few crumbs just to keep them shut up or that. And you slowly see it. You can hear the saber rattling going on a little bit now and what's happening. And I pray we don't, but yeah. And it's like my other half. She's a Gold Star mother. She lost her son, 173rd Airborne in Afghanistan. And up here, we started an organization, the Blue to Gold Star mothers. You have the Blue Star, then they go to the Gold if he's lost. And we got the first bronze statue erected up here for the mothers. And back here just before Christmas, they had to fold the organization for lack of participation. And I guess I'm missing something. We owe those mothers so much, Gene. So much.
Yeah.
The sacrifice they've made, and we can't even get help for somebody to come and help serve food at a fundraiser. And it's just a 2 or 3 person show, and that's it. So we had to close the organization down. And that's just sad. But that's what's happening to your disabled veterans. Everybody will run right up. Thank you for your service. Well, why don't you help us? You know, we got some problems. They're gone. Gone. Maybe I'm still bitter from Vietnam. Me and you've talked to it. Again, I wore a hat. I told you up here, I wear nothing that says I'm a veteran unless I'm with veterans. Otherwise, you know, I know everybody, they come up, they say, thank you for your service. Their heart is there, especially the young ones. They weren't even born when we were over there. And I think they truly mean it, but I just hold something back, things from the past. And I just remember even in Grand Rapids, Michigan, when I came home before we pulled out in the protests that were at the Veterans Park downtown, I just couldn't believe it. You know, we did our jobs. We went over there, and here they're just getting down on us and stuff. And I won't even go in it. The ones that went to Canada, I'll just keep the feelings to myself. You know, I was just a snot-nosed kid when I got discharged, but I was still proud that I went. And with my family, we have it documented. We have had somebody in every war or conflict from the Revolutionary War to the present. And I am very, very proud of that. And but I didn't expect a treatment. We're missing something. And I've been accused of being over possessive of these younger combat vets. I'm with them a lot. And I just don't want them to go through what we did. At least we haven't, seen that or nothing. And these wars are so political. But it just irks me, Gene, the fight that we have to continue with after we come home and hang our uniform up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see over my shoulder there. Those are all buddies of mine, rubbings off the wall. And I know you can't see them. There's a ship there. That's actually the ship we went over on. There's a guy there. That's on Highway 9. Some people won't like it, but it's a former NVA. We put a uniform on him. And, he was a road marker for us. I'll leave it at that. But my past in Vietnam, I'm proud of it, even though I keep most of it right here in this room. Like I say, I go out in public. I just don't say nothing. Are you a veteran? No, he is over there. I just go on unless there are veterans. But then I got these wannabes up here. They want to do everything for the veterans. They've never served, and 98% of them are damn good people and really care. But there's just that little faction, and one's a family member. I just can't deal with it. And, I have to keep my cool. But I guess where I'm leading in this fight over disability benefits, I'm still walking a tightrope. The way I was treated, it wasn't my fault. I don't want to go into what happened, but my last night over there on the job was not a nice night. And it just seems like I've been punished ever since then for some reason. And then you got these people who, how can I word this? Experts. They know, oh yeah, I know what you went through. They're not even military. They have no idea, but yet they're going to tell you what to do or that. And for me, the only true brother and sister that I have, and that's my fellow military personnel. The ones that have served, the ones that wore the boots, the ones that been there, that's my rock. Those are the ones I turn to. And every now and then you get a ringer in, one of them too can turn you the wrong way. But I don't think there's ever been a bond in the United States military like there is for the Vietnam veterans. We had to come together so close and tight. And look at our ages, Gene, and we're still doing it. We still got that bond, and we're still tight. And everybody's brothers in that. And
Yeah. And it just befuddles me completely that everything that you're saying here is so true. But those that are the young ones and those that think that the world owes them a whole lot and really aren't putting out, they take that flag that we have that waves red, white, and blue, that has been in every fight that you can imagine. And in this country, you can spit on it, crap on it, swear at it, burn it, do whatever you want, and you still live. You try that in Russia, North Korea, or in a communist country, and see what that gets you. In China, see what that gets you.
yeah.
But yet they don't know what the freedom that all of our men and women has fought since day one. That burns my ass.
Yeah. I was going to bring up with this picture, right after that picture was taken, a guard at the jail I was in, well, he had asked me, he said, we're going to take your mugshot. I had a jacket on from my unit. It's a custom made jacket. I had a miniature set of medals on. And I've said before, I'm not highly decorated, but I got a few, and they're mine. I earned them, and I'm proud of them. And he said, strip to your t-shirt. So I took the jacket off and folded it, and I put it on the back of a metal folding chair. He threw it on the floor, and he started calling me G.I. Joe. Come on, G.I. Joe, we haven't got all day. We got a job to do here. I said, hey, man, that's like throwing the flag on the floor.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get it. And all of a sudden, an older deputy pushed him out. And this is in 2006. We've had 3 different sheriffs in this area. I cannot, to this day, get that kid's name. I asked him if I could meet him when I got out of there, and he got in my face. All I could think of was that old Barney Fife, you know, just his arms all bowed out. And I found out he was a trainee just out of high school. But he said, you got to promise, I'll meet you anywhere. And nobody will give me his name. Ed, who we just lost, a former sheriff, Marine, Vietnam, and he was at J.J. Carroll. He just kept saying, let it go, Murph, just let it go. And so I just kind of let it go. But that pissed me off. Just to throw that jacket with those medals on the floor like he did. And then I think again, he has no idea, for he doesn't know what he was doing. And just to call me G.I. Joe, I just didn't get that. The generations are different, but it hurt. But again, everything goes back to me acquiring a disability through the VA. It was just like leeches just came all of a sudden. He's going to have money. We don't get the money. They think we're rich or something. And it's been a long road, Gene. I came within 2 weeks of losing my home. I got a little bit of help, and I didn't lose it. I had to buy her out, and it's been rough. It's been rough. Again, I'm not looking for pity. I pulled myself out of a hole, and I'm good to go.
Well, you did dig yourself out of a hole. You done what a lot of people wish they could have done. You stopped drinking. You stopped drugging. You stopped doing a lot of things that normal people in some type of a mind, they think they got. They say they can't stop, but you, through your willpower, did it, and that's rewarding. That's rewarding. Let me ask you something. You know, we talk about the VA so much, and I got to be honest with you. There's a lot of things that the VA has done right.
Yes.
But then they have closed their eyes on those things that they're doing wrong. And that's what hurts. It hurts when they get a $10,000 or $15,000 bonus off our backs each year or whenever they get it. And yet some of their own staff that are working day and night to do the best for you and I, they don't get that much recognition. That's the hard part to swallow, you know. And I can't say that veterans have been treated bad, but I can say, read the records of Arizona and Florida for malpractice. Read it. Read the reports that is written about executive staff members or staff members that write up on the top that when they do something wrong, all they do is get transferred. You know, but the veteran that has been waiting for their benefits through hook and crook have to wait forever and they say they're backlogged, but they can receive their bonuses in a blink.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that?
You hit the nail on the head. It shows you the veterans come second. The administrators are going to come first. And yeah, it's just crooked. They're in it for a job. To me, to work for somebody like the Veterans Administration should be an honor. You're serving those who served you, who fought for this country and made it so you got that job. Not the person who's your boss. The bulk of them are not veterans. And it's more just a paycheck for them and to get what they want, and they want to get that 20-year pension. And I don't understand that.
Let me throw another ball at you. We have representatives that are elected for 2, 4 years, and so on. And they live and strive and grease their hands and plates and pockets with the taxpayers' money.
Yep.
But when it comes time to step up to the plate to help you, now one of those representatives from another state says, I'll help you no matter if it's in your state or not. They always say, go see your representatives.
Yep.
But yet they campaign on, I am proud of our veterans across the nation, and I'll do anything that I can for them. They only do it in what? In bills, in legislative speaking, when they write their bills. But when it comes down to step up to the plate to do what has to be done for the veteran, it's a zero. There's veterans that are waiting for benefits. There's family members that are waiting for benefits because of the loved ones that passed away. They have to struggle day in and day out. But they're so booked, they said, that they're backlogged, but they're not backlogged again, and I say, to receive their bonuses.
Yeah.
The representatives is the same way too. Elect me, elect me, elect me. But we're still waiting for those benefits to come to the veterans that deserve it. What's your take?
Well, to me, them representatives, and I'm not going to say all, but the bulk of them,
Yeah.
I think they're in it just for their benefits. They're taken care of the rest of their life.
Oh, absolutely.
They serve one term. Them and their families are taken care of. And compare those benefits to a disabled veteran's benefits. You're going to see a large gap there. They get a lot more than what a veteran does.
They forget what that big word is. We the people.
People. Yeah.
We the people.
Yeah.
Son of a guns, they forget that and they don't care about it.
Right.
You know?
Once
they
they're
only-
in, they're in.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. We the people just seems to be a phrase that's flew out the window today. It's not there. These people are in there for their own goodwill.
Yeah.
And move on. Once they get in, it's hard. It's just hard. And I guess with the VA system, and it's come up a lot, I would like to see more veterans in those high up administrative positions, and especially disabled ones. We should have programs to help them get up there. It takes a veteran to know a veteran. I guess I'm going.
But Calvin, we look at what we're saying here. We like to see veterans take the positions now
Yeah, I
to
know.
support those that have been serving. But once they get the taste of how easy it is to step back and slightly forget what their promises was, they become one of the same.
Right. They forget where they came from and they become a politician. They forget that they were former veterans. Not all of them, but the best share of them. But once they get in that rut in Washington, it's business as usual.
let's step back again a little bit and let's go back to Calvin Murphy. Calvin Murphy, the veteran that spent his time in Vietnam, the veteran that came home to nothing but an obliteration of individuals. They think that they knew more than anybody else. So let's curse on those that served their country and gave us the freedom. Tell me a little bit more on your feelings and what you are doing now to make yourself better.
Well, I'm working with a gentleman who you know, Doug Pickle. We designed this winter. He makes plaques that simulate Purple Hearts. And they're given to Purple Heart recipients around the country. I think he's given out over 500 of these so far. I served with a man, Arthur Wright. He was from Lansing, Michigan. He was captured outside of Dong Hall, February 21st, 1967. We don't know Art's fate today. And I asked Doug back this winter. He makes plaques for firemen, policemen, first responders, and they're beautiful plaques. I said, how come you never done one for a POW MIA? And he said, I never thought of that. So we designed one. We collaborated this winter, and it's beautiful. And we're going to be kicking that off this summer. And I'm trying to keep something going with the Gold Star Mothers. I'm named after a cousin that was killed in World War II. I was the first boy born after he died, and even though my old man's name was Calvin, they said this was something in the family. The first boy we called him Uncle Calvin, would be named after him, and that was me. And doing things with his unit. There's just a couple of these guys left, and collaborating them on a documentary on the B-24s and that. Whatever I can do, Gene, it's what keeps me going.
Let me, before we get ready to close here, I want to interrupt you again. Can you drop your phone number and your email address there, and also how anybody can get in contact with the Gold Star and Blue Star Mothers? And if we can leave a contact, that would be great. Maybe someone would be willing to participate and donate to you.
Okay, well, just go directly through me. My other half, her name is Starla, who lost her son, Joseph Landcore. Anyway, get me, Calvin Murphy. Phone number 231-510-7623. That's my cell, and I usually got it on me. And my email address is Calvin, that's CALVIN, M for Murphy, at KALTELNET.net. I'm in a little Finnish town way up here in northern Michigan, and that's our phone, Caliba it's called. And it's just, we just have a phone company that's a big garage. So it's known as the home of James Earl Jones, the actor. Yeah.
I hear you're going to be visiting the Queen of the state of Virginia.
Yeah.
She's going to be 92 years old.
Yeah.
Who's that lady?
Huh?
Who's the lady?
That's my mother, Verna Murphy. Yeah, I'm flying out in the morning. Haven't seen her in about 2.5 years, and we're going to have a birthday party for her this weekend. And you know, with the COVID and everything, we've been playing it safe, and she misses us. And well, you know, Gene, I just lost a brother to the COVID here back in November.
Yeah.
40 years a doctor doing volunteer work, and he got it, and he lost his life.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But he was doing what he enjoyed. And,
What day are you celebrating the birthday with your mom? Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday. Yeah. I have another daughter from my previous marriage. She lives in Tampa, and her daughter are coming up too. They'll get there Thursday. And so we're planning on Saturday, just a little family get together and just do our thing. You gotta love them while you got them.
Yeah. Would you tell Mom that her other son, Gene, from Operation Fine for Effect, wishes her a very, very happy birthday, please?
In a couple of days, I'll probably call you and I'll let you do that yourself.
Okay.
How's that?
That's perfect. That's perfect. Calvin, it's been a pleasure to have you aboard. I really like to have you one more time, if I can, to take your time. And this time is going to be to speak about the children that are getting educated in schools and what they're learning and what they shouldn't be learning by these individuals that are just filling their minds with a lot of garbage. Would you mind doing that?
Yeah. We can talk about that. Yeah.
That's
There's
important.
so much going on right now. And my heart just goes out to what the incident you guys just had up there in New York. That's
Yeah.
sad.
That's horrible.
Yeah. I know giving my thoughts and prayers is just a cliche, but my heart goes out to those people. And
They didn't deserve any of that. Nobody deserves that. I don't care who and what it is. Nobody deserves that.
Sure doesn't.
You know?
This is the United States, the land of the free.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be going on here. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be going on here.
Well,
But
thank you.
anyway, it's been my pleasure. And thank you, Gene, for what you've done for so many years.
Well, you're going to see a lot of stuff coming up on Calvin Murphy and Operation Fine for Effect. Would like to have any comments that you can possibly give us. If you look at this YouTube video, Zoom, whatever you like to call it, you can call the office at 315-986-7322. You can also email to G Golf Delta Sierra USA at rochester.rr.com. And it would be my pleasure to be able to get back to those and make their comments. We need your help. We need your support. Your support doesn't always have to be in money. It can be with the support that heart has inside, that red, white, and blue. We need it. Calvin, thank you so much, my brother. God
Gene,
bless
can I
you.
add one more thing?
Go right ahead.
To whoever watches this, if you're a disabled veteran and you want your story told, get in touch with Gene. If you can't get Gene's number, call me. I'll hook you up with him. But if you have a story like me, how you've been misused just because of your benefits or because you're a disabled veteran, let us know, please.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
The only way we can do it is with our voice. And that's what Operation Fire for Effect stands for. We fight with our voices, not with our guns. We already done that. Now it's time to use our voices. We are the people. We, the people of the United States of America. Thank you, Calvin.
You're welcome. Semper Fi.
Semper Fi.